Here we go.
This is my introduction. You don't need to interpret yet. I'm going to speak about the following: why cycling infrastructure should be improved in the UK. There are no difficult terms apart from Sustrans, which is a cycling charity in the UK, and I will also mention the Department for Transport. You can start now. Ladies and gentlemen,
Damas
if
y
you've ever visited
caballeros,
the Netherlands,
si
you will
han
have seen
alguna
all the
vez
possibilities that
visitado
exist
los
with
Países
cycling
Bajos,
infrastructure.
seguramente
They have an
han visto
immense
toda la
network of
infraestructura que
protected
funciona
cycle
en
lanes,
torno del
plenty of safe
ciclista.
cycle parking, and even
Muchos
traffic lights
carriles de
for
bici
bikes.
protegidos y
Furthermore, as
para
we move
aparcar
through
también.
our modern society, we are becoming
Además,
more and more
es
aware
prueba
of
que
how
nuestra
green our
sociedad
actions are
moderna
due to issues
cada
such
vez
as
es más
climate change.
consciente acerca de
So this
los
has brought
asuntos
to mind the question:
ecológicos y el cambio
why are we
climático.
not doing more in the
Esto
UK to
me hace
improve
pensar,
cycle infrastructure,
¿por
which
qué
is
no
such a green
estamos
way
haciendo
of being
más
more
en el
mobile?
Reino Unido si
In
es
this
una manera
speech,
tan
I'm going to
ecológica
talk about the
para ser
major
móvil?
benefits of improving
Voy
cycling
entonces a
infrastructure,
conversar,
while
hablar
also
acerca de los
pointing out
principales
some of the
beneficios de ser
difficulties that may arise when
o
trying to
crear
do
una
this.
infraestructura mejorada
So
para
first of
ciclistas
all,
y
I'm
las
going to mention three benefits of
dificultades
improving
para
cycling
hacerlo.
infrastructure and of cycling
En
more
primer
in
lugar,
general.
voy a mencionar
The
los
first thing
beneficios
is
en
on
mejorar
more of a
la
personal
infraestructura
level,
de
and that
ciclistas.
is cycling is good for
Y lo
for our
primero
health.
es que
This
el
may
ciclismo es
seem like a
bueno
rather
para
obvious
nuestra
point
salud,
because cycling is exercise, but it also
porque
has a very
el
significant
ciclismo es
impact on our
ejercicio
health in
y también
terms of diseases.
tiene un
It can
impacto
significantly
significativo
reduce
sobre
our
nuestra
risk
salud
of certain diseases such as
en referencia
cardiovascular
en términos
diseases.
de
In fact,
enfermedades y
one study
baja
shows that
las
cycling
tasas
regularly can
de
reduce the risk of heart
problemas
disease by up to
cardiovasculares.
46%.
De hecho, puede bajar
So this is on a personal level, but if
las
we take a
enfermedades
look
cardíacas
on
en
a
un
bigger scale,
46%.
being fitter and being more
Por lo
healthy is
tanto,
better for our
ser
healthcare
más sano,
systems.
en
This
mejor
means that we
forma,
will be
es mejor
spending
para
less money on
nuestros
healthcare. That's
sistemas de
less people
salud,
in the hospital, less
gastaremos
people that
menos
need medicine.
en
This
servicios
means that we have more money
médicos
to spend on
y
other
tenemos
areas
más
of our society.
dinero para gastar en
And this
otras
links
áreas de
very
la
well to my
sociedad.
second point, and that
Y
is
esto
that cycling
conlleve
is
muy
good for our
bien a mi
economy.
segundo punto.
Picture this. You're cycling home from work and you
Imagínense
remember that you
esto.
need to pop into the shops.
Están
You
andando en
park your
bicicleta
bike and you go into the
desde
local
el
butchers, a local
trabajo,
cafe, and a local
entra en el
greengrocer.
camino al
That is
carnicero
3 small
local y la
businesses you
cafetería
visited in one
local y la
journey. You
frutería.
are benefiting the
3
local economy.
negocios
This
locales
wouldn't be as
pequeños que
easy as if you
visitó.
were in a car. You would have to
Beneficio
find
a la
somewhere to
economía
park.
local.
You'd have to pay for a
En
parking
un
ticket,
automóvil
and most likely
no es
you'd
el
end up
caso,
going to
se
a
tiene que
supermarket.
aparcar, pagar
So you
para
are benefiting
aparcarse y
your local
seguramente
economy. But you can also, this is
van a
also
visitar
benefiting
o
the
ir a
greater
un
economy. The
supermercado.
UK cycling charity Sustrans
La
has
sociedad
pointed
del
out that
Reino
spending
Unido,
£1
Siscan,
on
ha
cycling
destacado
infrastructure can have an
que
economic
gastar
return of
una
£5.50.
libra esterlina
That is a
en
significant
infraestructura
increase.
ciclista
And my
retorna,
third point is also
el
a rather
retorno
obvious
económico
one,
son
and that is that cycling is
5.5
better for our
libras.
planet.
El
We are
tercer
not
punto
using fuel to drive
para
around. We
destacar
are not
es que el ciclismo
mass-producing
es mejor
cars,
para
which
nuestro
cause a lot
planeta.
of
No se
greenhouse
usa
gas emissions.
combustible, no
And
se
we are not
produce
producing air
automóviles en
pollution. This
masa
improves the air
y no hay
quality of our
emisiones
cities and
causadas
lowers CO2
de gases que
emissions.
producen
The
efecto
Department for
invernadero.
Transport in the UK
La
has
calidad de
noted that
aire
already,
ha mejorado
due to
muchísimo.
cycling trips
Por
in
lo
the
tanto,
UK,
el Departamento de
carbon
Transporte del
dioxide
Reino Unido ha
emissions have been
señalado
reduced by
que
2.3
el
million
ciclismo
tons a year.
puede
This is
ayudar en
incredible.
bajar los índices
Furthermore,
de
being on a bike makes us
dióxido de
more aware
carbono
of our
en
actions.
2,3
We're
millones de
aware that we're doing
toneladas
something
al
that is
año.
greener, and perhaps it helps us change our
Y
mentality
hacer
as a whole.
algo que es más
We will be
verde
more
puede
aware
ayudar
of
a
when we
cambiar la
recycle
mentalidad
certain
de
products
uno.
or whether we choose to buy something that is more
O
sustainable.
quizá queremos comprar algo que
However,
es
of
más
course, as with
sostenible.
all topics, there are certain
No
people that
importa.
aren't
Con todos
impressed by
estos
the idea
temas,
of improving
siempre
cycling
hay
infrastructure.
gentes
And
que
there are
están
two main
interesados
arguments that
en
people say.
mejorar
The
la
first is the
infraestructura
cost.
ciclista
They say
y
not
los
only is
otros
it
que no están a
expensive to
favor
implement
dicen que el
cycling
costo
infrastructure,
es demasiado.
which is true, you have to build
Que es
cycling
cierto,
lanes,
hay que crear
restructure roads,
pistas,
and build cycling parking.
carriles
But
de
they also
bici,
argue that the long-term
por ejemplo,
maintenance is expensive.
y
For example, in
también
order to
dicen que el
cycle on a good
mantenimiento a largo
cycle
plazo
lane, there
también
can't
es
be any
costoso.
potholes. And in
Por
a cost
ejemplo,
of living
no
crisis,
pueden
people are
haber
saying we don't have the money
baches.
for this kind of improvement.
Y
The second point people
el
make is
segundo
that there will be
punto
less
que
space
muchos
on the
hacen,
road for
que no
cars.
están a favor de
Some
la
people
pista del
argue that
bici,
cars are an
es que hay
essential part of their
menos
life.
espacio para
They
los
need to go to
automóviles.
work, they need to pick
Dicen
up
que el
their kids from
automóvil
school,
es
etc.
esencial
However,
en
I
su
can
vida
refute both of
para
these
llevar los
arguments
niños a
very
la
quickly.
escuela o ir a trabajar.
First of all, it is a
Yo no estoy
long-term
de acuerdo.
investment.
Yo creo que es
The
una inversión a largo
economic
plazo.
returns of improving
El
cycling
retorno
infrastructure will
económico de
outweigh the
mejorar la
initial costs.
infraestructura de bici
Furthermore, when
puede
you're arguing that we're in a cost of living
claramente
crisis and we
superar
should focus on other
los costos
things,
iniciales.
let me remind you that it's sheer expense of
Les
petrol
quiero
or of parking.
recordar
Rather, you could
el
just buy a bike
costo
and use
de
that without having to
estacionar
make
un
any
coche
further
y la
payments.
gasolina necesaria.
Secondly, in
Una
terms of people
bicicleta
saying they need their
es
cars,
gratis.
we are very lucky
En segundo
in the UK
lugar,
to have a very extensive
tenemos
public
mucha
transport
suerte que
system.
tenemos un sistema de transporte
Recently, in
público
fact,
tan
there has been a new
extenso.
ticket introduced that costs just £2
Y
to go on the bus.
últimamente hay una ley
This is
nueva
cheap
que
and it allows you to travel freely
dicta
between
que
all
el
major
costo de cada
cities.
viaje son
And
solamente
finally,
2 libras
sure, cars are
esterlinas.
important, but we must
Y,
begin to
en
think
último
greener.
lugar,
Even
los
if we
coches
think
son
we need our
importantes, pero
cars, we
debemos
need to start
empezar a pensar en
progressing
forma
and
más
starting to choose
ecológica
greener options in
y
order to
elegir
save our
opciones
planet.
más verdes para poder
So, to
salvar
conclude, by
nuestro
improving
planeta.
cycling infrastructure,
Para
we are improving
concluir,
society on so many
mejorando
levels.
la infraestructura de
First of
ciclismo,
all, we are
mejoramos
improving
la
our
sociedad
health as
en
well as
general.
reducing healthcare costs. We
Bajamos
are
los costos
reducing
de salud,
traffic and air pollution, and we are
bajamos
also
las
improving
emisiones
our economy. But
y la
most importantly, we are
contaminación
looking
del
after our
aire.
planet. And this should be reason enough
Y
to switch to cycling and
creo
to
que
improve our
la razón que
infrastructure.
estamos cuidando el
Thank you.
planeta es una excusa suficiente para seguir mejorando nuestra infraestructura de ciclismo. Muchas gracias.